Welcome, hockey fans, to the Sports Stable in Superior, Colorado. I am John Bentz doing the play-by-play, and my partner Tom Padilla will be doing the color commentary for this game. The Raiders have grounded two sets of Eagles thus far in the CPHL playoffs as they are coming off a dominant win over the Valor Eagles last night. They outshot them 37-17, outscored them 4-2, and outplayed them throughout most of the game. Your Raiders face off against the Fort Collins Lambkins tonight with a bid to Nationals on the line. The Lambkins finished as the runner-up in the CPHL Finals a few weeks ago and are coming off a 7-5 win against Rosslyn Valley, which I understand was pretty close there. It was a 6-5 game, and the Lambkins snuck one in there closer to the end of the game. We expect this to be a highly competitive matchup between these two clubs. Of course, they haven't seen each other since, I think it was November 7th, if I went back and looked at my notes right, Tom. So two very different teams, I think, from that time frame, right?
Definitely. Looking at, a matchup that probably could have been or would have been. It's crazy the way the whole CPHL season worked out. These teams never got to play each other, that's my point. They probably would have saw each other in a non-league contest or something under a normal season where they played 20 games or so. But here we are. Get a chance to see them tonight.
Yeah, we'll see if the Raiders can ramp it up again from that great victory over the Valor Eagles last night. So sometimes it's tough to do that, right? 2 games in a row, and you're third in 3 nights here.
Hey, this is like old-time hockey for us, right? Like watching kids play club hockey on the weekend when you get to see 3 games like back to back to back. For me, it's pretty fun. I mean, I look at this week as an extra chance to see the boys skate, see them be together with each other, one more chance. To me, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and some of those tournaments, sometimes it's 3 games in one day. You got the playoff or the last of the pool play in the morning, then the playoffs in that tournament in afternoon, and then at night you got if you make it through, right?
There was one thing I will not miss about that, John, is going to a tournament hockey game at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. I'm glad we don't have to do that.
Or something happens in the game and you got to change your flight.
Right.
On an away tournament, so it gets a little crazy there. So, but yeah, we'll as the teams continue to warm up here, we got about a minute till game start time. So we're kind of flying already, both teams out there. I just think it's going to be a great game, and hopefully both teams show up so they leave leave it all on the ice in the last game of the season here.
Well, yeah, especially thinking about it here that, like you said, not only have these teams not played each other, but this is it. This is kind of the last high school hockey game of the year for these guys in this particular era. Like, we're fortunate we get to replay a little bit of the fall season that was abbreviated, and I don't know, I'm excited for it. Obviously, Fort Collins has a tremendous goalie, Sam Simon.
He hasn't. I'm not sure he's out here, Tom, because he hasn't played in the first 2 games. It was Winburn there, Noah Winburn.
Okay.
So
I see Winburn right now, and I don't see a backup goalie.
Yeah. Because I did check the stats there. There's only a 3-game series of stats, right? Because who knows what, you can't really bring what happened in the fall forward here, right? You got to look at a small sample set. But, yeah, Winburn's played all the minutes here. And like you said, I don't see a backup goalie for the Lambkins either.
Well, tonight we get to be in the kind of the main event rink. That's good. I like this. We don't have a chance of catching a puck in the jaw over here.
That's for sure. Of
course, my cat-like reflexes, John. I should probably be okay no matter where we set up.
As long as you cat that out in front of when it's coming at me too.
That's right. You're taller than me, which is good. You're a bigger target.
Nice. I'm just glad after last night I kind of lost it a little bit there as a fan for the first time in 6 months, I think. And the fans here are a little bit farther back too. So
I think we were both a little bit excitable in that game last night.
Just a tad. But ended up the Raiders, like I said, just had Valor scored the first goal, and then it's kind of all Raiders after that. And even Valor got in their second goal. It wasn't, they didn't dominate play for 10 minutes and then pop one in there. So.
No, the truth of the matter was that the first Valor goal was kind of a weird bounce that popped in. The second one was a power play goal, but you're right, the Raiders, and especially to talk a little bit about the Raiders, that line last night, that red line with Balat Bat, and Zeno and Dembeck was just, they were pressing. They looked good all game. I mean, Sanis again had a particularly good game, and I thought that the blue line in general, the whole blue line, the defensemen played fantastic. I thought Chuck Throckmorton probably had one of his best games of the season. He just looked very, very strong and very tough. So good to see these guys get back after it right now.
Even Padilla came up with a lot of good energy, a lot of timely hits, and forcing the play and picking up the puck. So they made the hit this time and picked up the puck.
Absolutely.
So here we go, folks. The play starts as Bentz for the Raiders here takes it. He kind of fumbles it a little bit, but the Lampkins would have been offside if they tried to get over the red line or blue line and in. As Williams takes it on the far side there, chips it up. Nothing really doing there. A little bit of back and forth here, and the Lampkins are going to fire it in right to the side of Bussy. He's going to kind of steer it to Bentz, and Bentz is going to find Lutz up on the left wing. Oh, man, that was a bad hit. That was a real bad hit. He ducked his head, too. He didn't really get a good look at it over here, but he hit him from behind, so they're going to get a penalty. And Lutz went down hard into the boards here, and he kind of ducked down, so he's still making his way to his feet there. So definitely shaken up there as the linesman sits with him. Sending the
slow to get up, but Coach Ian Raleigh on his way over.
And there he goes.
Lutz is up and moving. It's a good sign.
It is. So the refs are over there kind of talking about what they're going to call
here.
They're going to hit from behind 10 minutes, so that's going to look like a 2 and 10 because he hit his hips there, so that's definitely a 10. And there's one of the rule differences, right, Tom? You get a boarding or a hit from behind like that, it's a 2 and 10 versus the other league, the Chassa League, which would have only been a 2-minute penalty.
Right.
So there's 2 guys in the box now. They haven't posted anything up on the board yet, so they'll get to that. We'll get word. Yeah, it's going to be a 2-minute and a 10-minute misconduct. That's why you'll see the second player in there. So the Raiders go on the power play early in the game here. Lampkins get it and just nice little face-off win. Wins it over to the left wing side and sends it all the way down the ice. As the Raiders will regroup behind their net, Blake Bridges finds his man, finds Dembeck's stick. Dembeck's coming in with a little bit of speed. He drops it off to Balatbat. Balatbat sends it down to Dembeck. Dembeck looking for the bumper in the middle there. He finds Balatbat. Balatbat skates out, creates a little room, finds some open net, open ice, finds it into the feet of the Lampkins. They send it down the ice with 1:20 left on the power play. They'll go for a full sail change, and the Raiders will keep their personnel out there as Bridges comes up the ice, just misses Zeno's stick. A little bit of a slow start here so far, Tom.
Not the speed we saw last night for sure. There's a save right there by Winburn. But you're right, one of the things in particular I noticed last night is that the Raiders really had jump in their step. They were as fast as I'd seen them all year. I thought there was some good physical play. I know you mentioned Padilla, but I thought Myhill had physical presence. I thought Lutz had physical presence. They certainly played very good last night. So
Williams used his body well too
last
night.
Absolutely.
Ryan Williams. And you had the hustle, like the Holloway hustle and the Sanis hustle too, right?
The usual Sanis hustle we're talking about all year.
Exactly. So here we go. The Raiders settle it on the power play. Comes over to Gleason on the half wall here. He backs it up to Padilla. Padilla finds a stick or a skate from the Lampkins. He'll go back and regather it. But yeah, definitely a slower start to the game here as they get going, and Sergio Padilla carries it in, settles it down, finds Gleason on the back end there. Gleason back to Padilla on the half wall. I think they're trying to get that one-timer off here, Tom.
Yeah, they're definitely looking for Bentz on that one-time on that backside. Try to get it to him.
Oh, just misses off his stick there.
Basketball, you call that the skip pass. Throw it past one guy to the other guy.
Nice play by Padilla. Goes captain to captain there to Bentz. And Bentz, dangerous, almost gets knocked off his feet. He's got to be careful there and now the teams are both even, but number 22 is going to serve a 10-minute penalty for that misconduct for a hit from behind there as Holloway comes out, just eludes a hip check there. And Gleason's going to come back in. He's looking for Holloway. Body flies, trying to hit Holloway, and he has nothing to do with it. It comes back to the point Oh, goes D to D. Nice. Just makes it through there. Already we've seen a couple of Lambkins use their skates to make some nice skate saves there.
Yeah, Bridges gets his shot blocked with the skate right in the middle off the feed from Romero there.
So we'll keep an eye on that as we go here. That's a little delayed. Okay. Comes back. Bridges finds the front of the net there. Sorry, folks, I was dealing with a little bit of a technical issue that I was, here we'll see a little bit on the replay here. Comes back to Bridges.
Winburn couldn't get his handle on it there. It looked like it hit inside of the glove and kind of popped out right in front of him. Raiders were trying to get their sticks on it, gather it, and try and stuff it back in, but weren't able to. 13:27 left here in the first period.
Comes to Carter Schick, and Romero backing him up, sends it deep to the corner here, and oh, nice pass off the sideboards there by Nick Bowers. Just couldn't find Santa standing in front of the net there for any noticeable chance there with 13 minutes left in the first period here. 0-0 is the score. Here we go. A little bit of maybe some action on the side of the net there, and the Lambkins will break it out, come up with speed on the ice, and Schick's going to seal off his man. Nice back check by Schick there to make sure nothing was doing there. Comes off the back of Sanis there. A little bit sloppy too, Tom, still.
Yeah, Bridges just tosses a beanball at Sanis and gets him there.
Fires it right mid-back.
They say, you're going to hit a guy, that's where you want to hit him. John, if they throw at your head, they know you can move your head out of the way. But if they get you on that backside, for sure they want to hit you, John, just so you know. They want you to have a free base.
Although not your own team, though, right, Tom?
That's true. Try not to hit your own guys. Coaches have told me that a couple times.
Just qualify it. As Dembeck gets it in deep, and the Lambkins go back, try and get it up the boards there. It comes back to Padilla, Throckmorton. Throckmorton tries to get it through, and again, one of those shots blocked high slot there.
A lot of traffic in the middle there.
Oh, it pops out front. Sorry, Tom, cutting you off.
You're fine.
Go ahead.
Definitely some traffic. All those defenseman shots, I don't think we've seen one get through.
No, exactly. The sticks are more skates so far and shin pads. 12 minutes left in the first here. Lambkins will just shut up. There's another skate, but that's Padilla going the other way. As Zeno's looking to try and create something there through the middle and gets stopped as the Lambkins come back the other way. He's going for the shot there, bank it off so they can get a personnel change out there for the Lambkins as Throckmorton comes around, chips it up to Zeno. Zeno pops it out of the zone, just enough for Lambkins to delay there to avoid the offsides. Throckmorton gets it up to Dembeck, a little bit of a battle on the sideboards there. Dembeck's going to handle the puck. He's got traffic all over him. They're on a long shift there too, so we'll see Dembeck, nice little move there. He finds the new fresh personnel out there, but number 25 for the Lambkins steps up, picks that off, and goes the other way. I don't have him notated on here, Tom, as far as who number 25 is. So they had a bunch of players there that played one of the two games out here, and don't know who they have out. We didn't get official rosters and that type of stuff. So here's Benz, carries it up the boards. Finds Holloway. Holloway tries to get it deep in the Lambkins, but the Lambkins are back. Kind of funnel it up the side there. Bentz comes back. He finds Gleason. Gleason is going to get it to Lutz. That's good to see Lutz back out there too. Finds Holloway in the middle. Nice patience by Holloway. Just can't get the shot off in that high slot. And there we go.
Stretch pass doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
But, boy, Holloway, just so you know, is he carried that thing through the middle. I don't know if you noticed the way he cupped that puck to delay, and so that he basically protected the puck by cupping it so nobody's going to take it from him. He kind of put the brakes on, let everybody, skate by. Gave himself a really good opening there, kind of creating his own opportunity there, Sean Holloway.
Just couldn't find the handle to it to finish it off, huh? As nice poke check by Romero there to negate any rush by the Lambkins there. Oh, you got a player right out in front of the net. Holloway just can't find Gleason in front, although he does find the front of the net and can't poke it on any side. That'll get sent almost the length of the ice, but Bridges is back enough to grab it. He goes D to D. Romero dangerously sends it right through the center of the ice there, right past Bussey there. It ends up back on Lutz's stick. Lutz chips it in and chips into that soft zone, goes in. Oh, and takes a shoulder. That was a good hard hit and nice play by Lutz there. Comes back in on Winburn. Again, he was a little off on that too.
Yeah, Lutz not shy to contact anyway. I think one of the things that I'm excited about even looking at tonight is not just these kids this is their last Regis game, or could be potentially their last Regis game, or some of these younger dudes. I'm excited to see somebody like Carter Lutz, man. He's got a lot of potential and plays with a lot of hustle and a lot of heart and passion.
Well, he had a heck of a game yesterday, right?
Absolutely.
And like you said, that whole red line of Balatbat, Dembeck, and Zeno are all juniors too, right? So
yeah, they'll be fun to watch. I'll be there for sure next year.
They got a whole year together after this, and then
hand pass signal here.
It's going to come outside the zone. Off the Lampkins, I guess, on a hand pass. 0-0, 9:22 left in the first. Face off right outside the Raider zone, and the Lampkins turn it and send it in deep. Again, there's another one out there, number 31, that I don't have a name or number on. Or I have the number, obviously, but not the name. Padilla comes in, flips it in just wide, and fouls it up. Nice hustle from him. And he's looking for options here. Comes back to Williams. Williams just surveys and dumps it in deep to Bowers. Myhill kind of back and forth a little bit here. He's trying to look for Sandus in front there. He gets cleaned out of the front of the net. And it comes back on Padilla's stick. He goes D to D. Nice call by Williams. Williams just chips it up to Sandus, but just out of his reach. Comes back in. Sandus, it finds out on his stick. He can't find a handle to it. Balatbat decides not to take a shot. Bentz is going to come back on his and right into Winburn's crest for the save.
Yeah, Padilla was trying to get off for a change there to get Bentz in, so he kind of took it and shoved it quick over to Williams, and Williams moved it forward.
And a little bit of action in front there, and Lampkins comes back to Bentz. Bentz takes a shot, tipped out front. Winburn's able to handle that, and comes back to Williams. Williams kind of looked like he had trouble handling it there a little bit. Balatbat gets it back to Williams. Williams is going to shoot it, but it's tipped up high, and Dembeck can't do anything with it. So it'll come back to the left wing boards there. Lampkins, a little bit of pressure there. Oh, that could have been a good hit by Dembeck. You don't want to. He's a steamroller.
That's right.
Good, strong, solid on his feet. As comes back to Williams. Williams gets it in deep, and they wave off icing with 7:45 left in the first period. Zeno finds it on his stick. He's at the end of a long shift here too. Comes back, goes D to D. Bentz. Oh, again, Winburn can't handle that one. He fumbles it a little bit. It ends up in the corner. So the Raiders are pressing like what, Tom?
Yeah, I think. Well, I tell you what, Winburn needs a little glove-oleum in that. That glove doesn't seem to be squeezing him quite normally today.
And you can kind of see in his body language, right? He ties that one up, and I think he's just like, all right, let me get settled down here, because there was no Raider below the top of the circles there.
Right.
Comes out to Gleason. Gleason fires it, just misses there. Winburn's able to.
Good chance there for Gleason.
He's able to fight it off there with the blocker, right? So, and Lutz is going to get some more of that physical contact. It pops out to Romero, stays at his feet there, and Winburn's going to tie it up with 7 minutes left. So, Tom, we just got word that the JV team, I believe it's the championship game tonight for them too, right? They won in overtime. I don't have the official score, but we'll try and get word on that. But the Raiders JV team,
well, all right,
won in overtime.
Fantastic.
Beat Mullen. So, yeah.
So one Raider team does their work. Looking for another one to compete tonight.
And the Raiders have started off well. I mean, it's still not the pace that you saw last night, but they're getting a lot of good offensive chances. A lot of Winburn's kind of a little bit fighting it a little bit here. So if they can sneak one by, maybe they tap into a little lack of confidence there, huh?
Well, you're right. That it certainly isn't the pace we saw last night or the movement, but the Raiders have pretty much been pressing most of the play.
It almost seems like they're feeling each other out here, Tom, right? They don't want to take too much of a chance and go too crazy, but we'll see how that develops over the course of the game here. But as 6:24 left in the first period here, 0-0.
It's Sanis, Schick, Myhill, Padilla, and Throckmorton here. Sanis with a win, and he'll take it himself. Sanis wins that draw and then just kind of presses forward and carries it all the way through the neutral zone and gets a shot off that's tipped and out of play. 6:18 left in the first period here. 0-0 game.
So that was a 5-4 final for the JV team too.
Awesome.
So, or tier 2, whatever, however you call that.
5 goals, close to tacos.
Yes. I don't know how many icings though. We don't have that stat.
Well, I know. Tough to say.
Tacos and Bumblebee tuna, right? Oh, here we go.
Cherry Creek wasn't playing, so we can.
I don't want to say anything.
I know. I got you.
Rhymes with mush and ends with league.
I got you. I goaded you on that one, John. That's
I know.
what I do.
And I worked it out beforehand. That rhymes with mush and ends with league. As it comes around to Schick here. Schick pops it out and jumps over the stick. And here comes Sanis with a little bit of speed. He's going to pick it up, come in on Winburn. He just doesn't have a good angle there, but gets a shot off, and Winburn's going to make the save there, right?
That one looked like it was on that short side and might have just been wide anyway. Like you said, Sanis was rushing. He had one guy. He beat one defenseman. The other one was kind of pressing to catch him, and he had to get that shot off before he was getting caught.
Yeah, they cut down the angle pretty well, that defenseman, right, to cut off that time and space from Sanis there. As play continues, Williams, it comes back to Williams. He's going to get it in deep. The Raiders tag up on icing, and Zeno's going to go in with a full head of steam here. Nice little stop and start on his part to try and stick with it. But a little bit of a passive, it's a 1-2-2 kind of forecheck at this point, huh? Nice little stick work by Bentz to chip it ahead, but comes back out to Dembeck. Puck's bouncing around too a little bit. No one's getting real good control on the stick here. Comes back to Williams, ends up on Bentz's stick. Bentz will fire it. Winburn steers it aside. It creates a little bit of a rebound, but no one's there for the Raiders to take advantage of it. As the Lambkins find it in their slot area, and they'll send it the length of the ice for icing and both teams will go for a personnel change here.
Well, Dembeck got actually a great feed towards the top there, and he was giving it to Williams. Unfortunately, Williams was just on the move, and so I think if he wasn't on the move, he probably would have got that puck in a better spot, but it ended up right at his feet and kind of tied him up a little bit so he didn't get the shot off that they wanted there.
As play continues with 4:30 left, Bridges is going to keep it in on the blue line there. Nice little crash down, but the Lambkins fight through that, and Lutz comes back, uses his stick, and knocks it away, so that was a nice little play there. Nice use of the body there, too, by Bridges to create a little space.
Channel a little Peter Forsberg on that move. I love that. Yeah. Leaner.
As Holloway comes in. Now they're starting to move a little bit, and the puck's kind of moving around a little bit, huh?
Almost got Gleason on that back post with the tip there. Give him a chance.
Most of the pressure certainly been in the Raiders have been pressing the Lampkin zone, and of course, right when I say that, they go down the other end of the ice. As Romero is going to gather control of it. But for the most part, I mean, the Lampkins have had a couple breaks, right, but not too much sustained offensive zone pressure. As Holloway's going to go in and forecheck here. Gleason's going to go side to side to pick up as the high guy, and Lutz will take it in, fires it in, delayed offsides, but that'll clear. Winburn's going to knock it off the back of the net to continue play. Lambkins go. Nice hit by Bowers, too, to create a little space down there. Good pressure on the Raiders down there, too, keeping it in. Throckmorton makes a nice play.
Does a great job keeping that in. Boy, he's played pretty good the last couple nights for sure.
And that was a good – he dumped it in on net, and Winburn had trouble handling that one, too. So
right. Well, that's a great example where, you know, as a defenseman, you got to pick your spots, and Chuck got to that spot quickly, pinched it, took it off the boards right there, and just chipped it in, like you said, right on Winburn.
Yeah, you got to recognize as a D-man, right, that you got the high guy to support you there. So as it comes down the other end of the ice, I think they were a little confused as to whether or not they were going to call icing there, but waved it off. Sanis and Bowers. Bowers gets it. He knocks it off the boards. The Lampkin's defenseman cannot handle it, and it goes back the other way. As Lampkin's kind of fumble it on the way in there, it comes back to Schick. Schick is going to skate it around, skate it up the ice.
Space here, absolutely.
He's going to go 1-on-5, and he might make it through. Oh, he almost made it through there, huh? Loses a handle to it. It comes back to the Lampkins. I think one of the spirited moms on the Lampkins is trying to get him going.
Well, she certainly woke someone up. I'm not sure if I have that setting on my iPhone for an alarm, but that would wake me up, John.
For sure. As Dembeck finds Zeno. Zeno fires one off there, but Winburn doesn't have any trouble corralling that one for a face-off.
If an iPhone did have a Hockey Mom setting, that would be something else, John. We need to invent that. I'm building that app.
There you go.
Wake you up every morning. Just a Hockey Mom screaming in your ear. I can say that now. That I'm almost retired from hockey dadism.
Yes. 2:05. Well, they do play an important part as well as dads do, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I only kid because I love.
Oh, totally. As play continues here, the Lampkins get it. They look like they're skirting with a 2-on-3 here, and Williams is going to lose his assignment there a little bit. Puck squirts to the side, so no real threat there as it's sealed off. It comes back. Lampkin's defensemen are having trouble handling it too.
Yeah,
there,
they're tough on the blue line, not getting the handle of it.
As is that Zeno coming in?
Zeno with a rifle there, just
rims it around. I think you got to been a little more patient on that boards out on the defensive side there, but it's easier to say than do sometimes, right, Tom?
I think so.
As Balatbat turns, shoots, and looks like the forwards are going to kind of think about going off as Fort Collins Lampkins regroup in their zone. They're going to get a couple guys changed too. So Raiders come out, protect their zone with 1:05 left in the first period. And Lampkins almost, if they would have kept it on a stick, that would have been a nice little play in front of the net there. But battle on the side, the half wall here between the Lampkins and comes right through the crease, and I don't think that would have been a shot on net, but Bussey steers it aside nonetheless. No need to take a chance there, huh? As it pops out, oh, Lampkins gather it. A little bit of
Collins, honestly, with a lot more time and space to move around in this particular shift than they've had all game.
There we go. Holloway stops and starts there, turns, gets the puck back, and they head up the Raiders head up the ice with Gleason. Oh, they're going to call them offsides.
A little bit of a late whistle.
He's going to find that in.
He probably was offside. Just a bummer.
Gleason dumps it in, or Holloway dumps it in and gets a little bit of talking to from number 9 there, Nolan Devine from the Lampkins.
Well, you saw earlier when Fort Collins went on the rush there, that's, when you don't get a chance to put a body on anybody in the neutral zone and the guy can get a head of speed up, I don't know where, it doesn't matter where you're playing defense, he's probably going to go around you, right? I mean, the guy's
right.
Flying.
That's where you got to get back and protect the middle there, right? As 10 seconds left. Ooh.
Great shot by Bowers. That was a quick one.
Bowers comes off the half wall and fires one.
Shades of Matt Bayer there, just shooting it so fast. Winburn barely got a chance to recognize it.
7 seconds left in the period here, so maybe one last time for one chance. As the clock will run out. A little bit of a scrum in the sideboards there, and a little bit of extracurricular activity, right?
Well, just guys getting to know each other. Guys being guys. Dudes being dudes.
For sure.
So pushing and shoving in the corner there. Bowers is, well, I think Fort Collins is trying to pin it and hold it to the end of the period, and Bowers is getting after it. Shots are 15-1 after the first period.
Wow. Yeah, so that definitely obviously, let me state the obvious, is Captain Obvious. Usually does, right? That's a function, right, of all that zone time they had, like good quality zone time, right?
Right. Well, your point's valid. I think the Raiders. Here's the thing about some of those shots. I bet 4 or 5 of them had some rebound potential because Winburn wasn't able to hold on to them cleanly. So maybe that's a key we're looking for in this second period is how do the Raiders get down there, press, look for a shot that's bouncing around and they can clean up. I think I said one time there was one that really cuffed him up. It was kind of bouncing around in the crease there. Where Raiders just got to get to that, pounce on it, find their way, and stuff it in.
Press the best grape juice right through, and
you're gonna wedge those
hey, it's
grape
the
references in
last
there.
chances.
Absolutely.
Last chances. So, yeah, 15-1 on the shots, and a lot of those going back to the Fort Collins, right? Even the shots that Bussy steered aside, right? Those don't count because they're off the net and they don't have a chance to go in. So, but he's just making extra sure, right, to knock those aside so that there's no danger there of it ended up in the back of the Raiders net there. So as the two teams get set for the second period, they don't make ice in this league between the first and the second. They will between the second and third. And Raiders get set with their personnel, send out Throckmorton and Padilla on defense, Myhill on right wing with Zeno centering. That's not Dembeck on the other side, huh?
That's Sanis that's centering there.
Oh, it is Sanis. Sorry.
Sanis, Bowers, and Myhill.
As play gets going here, the Lambkins work it out of their zone. Kind of Raiders have good numbers back there, though. So, and there's another one where Bussy just steers it aside and keeps it out of harm's way there as Padilla will go back behind his net with 16:30 left in the second. Myhill looks like he was ducking out of the way.
Yeah, Padilla, I think, was trying to get it to him. Maybe he thought he was playing tic-tac-toe there. I don't know.
No, I think he was bouncing it for either Sanis or Bowers up in the neutral zone there.
Yeah, Padilla tosses the beanball at Myhill. But like I told you, throw at somebody's head, they'll get right out of the way.
Yeah, for sure. Even with a helmet on and everything, right?
Kidding me? I don't trust that cage.
Exactly. As the Lambkins,
great
nice
tip
place
by
by Balatbat. He's coming with a little bit of speed down the right wing side. He's going to look for, you had Dembeck going in on that far post. You got to fire that far post, huh? See if you can find a stick there for the tip in.
Yeah, he had Dembeck
comes
far
back to
over there on the backside. He had Zeno cutting through the middle that was covered.
Yeah. Again, so easy to say up here, huh?
Oh, look, when they're wearing red and white, it's really easy to see.
For sure. Nice stick by Bentz to keep it away from the Lambkins there, and Zeno's going to come back through with a little bit of speed. Carry it up the ice. He finds Dembeck. Dembeck in the middle. Dembeck's trying to go 1-on-3 here, but he's got a little bit of support. He'll end it up in deep around, and he'll find Balatbat's stick. Oh, he just can't peel it off the boards there and send it in front of the net as the Raiders go for a full-scale change. Balatbat being the last one out there. And he's on the end of a long shift, so he might get caught in the zone, but at least 4 of his guys, there he goes off for the change. 15:30 left in the second. Romero finds Gleason. Gleason finds Holloway. Or that's Lutz, sorry. Trying to look for a top corner there, just misses it. Oh, there was one just off an inch that ends up on Holloway's stick and a good scoring chance, huh, Tom?
Absolutely great pass by Gleason there. He just hit the back of the cage.
As it comes on Romero's stick, he's going to carry it up the ice. Kind of indecisive. Oh, man, he took a bad hit to the turnbuckle there. And I think that might be, we'll see what happens there. But, boy, that was an awful hit. He's grabbing his jaw, or what is he doing?
Yeah, he's got his mouth. I don't know if there's some blood there. Again, Romero's kind of skating down that side. I don't know as much as he got shoved, or he kind of, it was just the direction that his momentum was going.
Well, the way I saw it, Tom, was he was going in, they were engaged, they kind of bumped each other, and then the Lambkins just took him and threw him into it, basically. Of course, that's me and being, obviously I'm a little biased.
Well, nobody's hasn't accused you of that in 24 hours.
Yes. I'm glad I'm back with a headset on, or I'll tell you, jail, kicked out, or one of those 3 things. So I don't know if he got his mouth there, because he's grabbing his mouth on the side there. And we'll get word on what they're calling here. But dangerous hit for sure.
Yeah, you don't like to see that. I mean, Padilla caught the turnbuckle there in that Heritage game, and that's caused his upper body injury. Those things are dangerous there on that edge, especially if you're skating down fast. I think he's got a bloody nose, for sure.
I think so, yeah. Which is hard to do when you get the mask on, right?
Right.
So, well, they're calling a 2 minute there. 2 minute, 2 and a 10. Not sure exactly what the 10 was. If that was a charge or a turnbuckle.
Yeah.
WWE.
WWE move there. That was Andre the Giant. Guy has questions.
Got a little confusion here, so 22 again is going for
Raiders with Sanis, Balatbat, Zeno. Dembeck moves to the point with Bridges on the power play.
they're in that familiar spot, right? When Dembeck's had a couple nice goals from that side with Bridges feeding them from the top of the umbrella power play. And Dembeck, nice shot, gets a cross ice feed. Bridges will just keep it in at the line here, so kind of move to the middle. Oh, Dembeck, if you had a little bit of Zeno, could have taken the eyes away there, huh?
Yeah. Well, Dembeck on this, he really has been deadly on this side this year on the power play. It reminds me of old number 8 Nolan Sargent has been the same way on that side. You'd feed Nolan and just get that one ripper, and both of them very good with it. Both lefties, both coming from that same angle, and frankly scoring a lot of goals, both of them.
Yeah, once you change that, a lot of the goalies have trouble getting left to right, right? Or right to left, whichever the case may be. I guess that would be right to left if Sargent was a left-handed shot, right?
So the Raiders have a kid in the box here.
Not exactly sure. Did you see who it was? Maybe we'll get number 10, Lutz. Or
yeah, it looks like a
Lutz got a 10-minute misconduct for, I don't know, maybe he mouthed off or something. As it comes down to Balatbat, Balatbat's trying to find, it ends up on Zeno's stick. He's going to corral it, kind of try and head up the ice a little bit. He finds Bridges in the front. Bridges finds it again. Sandburn has a little bit of trouble handling it, but scoops it up, and
Bridges with a good job there, just getting his shot off and kind of getting into it. But Sandburn was up to the task. Almost got it, trying to tuck it underneath there, right? Get it between that arm and that chest protector.
yeah, but
Benson Padilla on the backside here.
on that replay, he had a pretty clear shot to what Bridges was firing at him there too. So as it comes back to Padilla. Padilla's going to handle it. Head toward the middle of the ice to spread out a little bit. It comes on Bentz's stick. Bentz is going to go and work to the middle. He finds Holloway. Holloway finds Gleason. Back to Bentz. Bentz shoots. Oh, good little traffic in front of there, but Winburn's able to see it and tie that one up. He had no trouble with that puck.
No, you'll see on the replay here, Bentz does a good job of kind of surveying and moving to the middle there. But he had it the whole way. Not enough traffic.
Good effort by the Lampkins defense there to box out in the front there. So as it comes out to, just eludes Bentz's stick. It ends down the ice.
Funky roller down the ice there too.
And I think that'll be a shot on net, so that might be their second shot all the way down. You know, we've seen that though this year, right?
We've seen a few weird things.
Yeah, for sure.
We've seen more weird stuff than you in men's league.
Definitely. As it comes on Holloway's stick, Holloway to Gleason. Gleason's going to look back to the point to Padilla. Gleason's going to walk off the boards, fire it high over everything. Bentz is going to try and pinch down, but Lampkins find that and send it down the length of the ice with about 10 seconds left on the man advantage for the Raiders. Padilla's going to gather it up the ice, fire it in just to the side of Sandburn. Bowers is trying to look for it. He finds a skate kind of sort of in the front, and Sanis is trying to work out, gets knocked down. Good work by the Lampkins D there. Finds their stick, and they try and chip it out, but Padilla.
Pele action, look at that, Diego Maradona.
A bit of a bouncing around here. Oh, Lampkins are going off, coming through that center spot, trying to knock a head off, I think.
Sanis with a good low shot there, looking for that rebound. It just bounced straight out.
Comes back, Bridges. Bridges uses his stick to get out. Oh, he kind of got caught up there, and the Lampkins are going to go fire it rim it around, go for a couple personnel changes, and comes out. Oh, that could have been really dangerous. They kind of Raiders left the front of the net open there and ended up almost on a Lampkin stick. But nothing doing there with 12 minutes left in the second period. 0-0.
This is one of those funky games where you're out shooting the other team by a bunch, right? And you're just waiting for something really wonky or weird to happen, like a turnover that I don't want to see from Bridges right there.
Good point.
I know. Like the Raiders just got to get on it. They got to, they seem to be owning the play and carrying the puck and making some passes, but they got to put the puck in the back of the net here.
Speaking of weird plays, that one, Balatbat just eluded the offsides, but it went for icing. 11:41 left in the second period here, 0-0 the score. Face off to the, before I even got that out, Bussy ends up tying it up and gets a face off right back in the same spot to the left of him. 11:38 left in the second. Puck's dropped. Balatbat peels off, fires it high off the glass, bounces out of the zone. Lampkins are going to have to clear and head back in with Throckmorton going back. He finds Dembeck. Dembeck just chips it to Zeno, but not enough to get him going with speed.
Almost had him there. Just need to pass that one a little further, and he had Zeno on the.
Just a little more oomph on it. As they did that hit? Did he
hit the side of the net?
Oh, hit the side of the net. Okay. Man, let's avoid these weird stuff.
I told you.
Here, boys. That looked more dangerous than I think it was, but hey, I tend to overreact sometimes as Dembeck comes in, just loses a handle to it on the backhand.
Yeah, Dembeck tried to shoot a change up there.
He had he was just right in front of the net, just couldn't get a handle to it to fire it. And Zeno's going to try and create some space. Dembeck, he finds Dembeck. Dembeck back to Bentz. Bentz fires it in the corner there because he didn't have any other option, he thought. And the Lampkins are going to fire that up off the glass, wave off icing as Padilla goes back. 22's hot on his tail. Maybe we should watch that because I'm not sure. He's got 2 and 10 so far on 22 for the Lampkin. So
yeah,
that might put him in danger of
24 minutes of penalties. No big deal. Lady Bing-esque.
Yeah, his chances are gone now as Holloway comes in. Nice. He definitely has a lot of good puck patience, right? Comes back out to Bridges. Bridges.
Oh, Bridges had such a good chance on the rush through the middle there.
Just blocked out front again by the Lampkins D as Padilla gets it in deep. Holloway's chasing, but not going to be able to find it. Gleason tries to cut his man. It looks like, I don't know if Romero is going to get his gloves back on here and try and find it. Bridges gets it back on his stick, fires in. Winburn seems to, he's going to be able to handle those straight-on shots all night, huh?
Yeah, he will. But hey, there's a good shift where the Raiders were able to keep it in their end. A couple of times, both forwards and defensemen getting to the puck before the Fort Collins Lampkins could get to it or punch it out. You know what I mean? They kind of kept that play going. And in this second period, where it's kind of wonky and you get the long change, you never know.
What kind of goal are they going to have to get here, Tom?
Going to have to get a greasy one. This one's going to be like a cheeseburger.
As play continues, a little bit of a 3-on-3 phone booth drill here. Schick comes out. Oh, nice shot there. Comes back on Bentz's stick. He sends it low, and Winburn's going to just chip it out of into the mesh behind him for a stoppage in play here. So nice shot. Well, that's a great glove save by Winburn there because Schick had all of it.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. Sandus will take this face off. He's with Myhill and Bowers. Williams and Bentz back there, I think.
Yes. Fort Collins gets tossed out. Puck's dropped and comes around, but there's no pressure from Myhill there. He was kind of heading the other way at that puck drop. So still a little bit of a passive forecheck so far on this shift. Comes out, pops right on Myhill's stick. Oh, Bowers. Bowers is looking for it. He can't find the back of the net there. So Winburn makes sure everyone sees that stayed out of the net and pokes it farther. he just couldn't find a handle to it here.
Yeah, I know Bowers is on the doorstep there with the puck right in front of him, and he's almost had a chance there, but he was getting kind of tied up from behind there by 25, the non-rostered kid. He's probably 25 years old, could be, from the Dominican Republic.
Check his birth certificate.
That's right.
Check the birth certificate. As Bowers putting a little bit of pressure on Myhill's kind of, again, I think they're doing a little bit of a 2-2-1 or 1-2-2. As Fort Collins Lambkins get it. They don't really have much going up ice, and the Raiders have numbers back. They send it on the ice. Ooh, that had a shot to get up here, Tom.
Souvenir.
Lucky Perrin over there.
That one made it to the medium price seats, John.
Right. As we're going to get, that came off a Raiders stick, so we'll get a face-off to the left of Bussey. Oh, we'll redo that.
I don't know what he didn't like about that.
I don't either, because he dropped the puck, right?
Yeah,
no one forced him to.
There were some Raiders moving on that backside.
Oh.
Dembeck was on his way on his horse, and I don't know if that's what he saw. I saw it out of the corner of my eye.
Puck's dropped finally here. Throckmorton finds Balatbat. Zeno 2-on-2 here with some help coming from Padilla. Zeno can't find anything there. Dembeck tries to bank it off to Zeno, trying to find a handle to it on both of them, right?
Yeah, couldn't get it going.
And the Lambkins will come out and send them right up the ice. They got to pick that. Oh, what a heck of a save by Bussey. Look at that pad.
Unbelievable save there.
The D's got to do a better job of gapping.
Yeah, Padilla got caught there. I think he was looking at the ice, wondering where the pass is going to come from, and the guy just kind of slipped right behind him, number 9.
But heck of it. Look at my groin hurts from that save.
That's right. Great job by Bussey. But Devine did kind of split the D there, got back. He wasn't really even on the back blue line. He was more just in the neutral zone.
Right.
D's got to tighten that up. Certainly can't give that up. Again, back to my point. You know, you own the play for most of the game and then give up something wonky like
right.
that.
Yeah, that's definitely gap control, right? You can't let a guy through the middle of you like that. So it's easy. I can say it. As play continues, it's good to see Romero back out on the ice. So maybe just a, like you said, a bloody nose or something like that. Ooh, Bridges, nice move to avoid
a bunch of patience right there.
As the last guy back, that always makes me a little nervous, and Gleason will come in, stick the side by the defenseman there, and Holloway gets hacked and whacked there, pops out to Schick's stick. Schick blocker to side by Winburn, and Schick's kind of flying out there tonight a little bit, huh?
He's got been some on the move, absolutely. Got some good space in that middle.
Holloway just loses a stick in the high slot there, and the Lambkins get it, fire it down the ice. And Bridges is going to collect it as the Lambkins go, as you mentioned. Those long changes here, right? So the Lambkins decide to go off. Gleason trying to find Holloway with a little bit of speed. Romero jumps over Bridges' stick on the back pass. And good little forecheck by the Lambkins, but the Raiders have numbers back, and Bauer's going to chase Lambkins. Oh, it almost ends up on his stick, just out of the reach of Bowers. And here we go. There's another one of those little wonky breaks. Comes in. Oh, nice. You know, good sell by 5 there from the Lambkins, but Bussey was just patient, you know.
Bussey was great right there.
He could have fallen for that glove side shot, right? And 5 tried to tuck it in a little bit. I don't think we have one number that's listed on the
9
roster.
We got 9.
Oh, number 9, yeah. And
Winburn bobbles a shot from Sandus and finally covers it up. Boy, I'll tell you, I probably shouldn't have mentioned it, but we've had 2 funky breakaways here. One where we missed a defenseman on this side. The other one where they split the 2 defensemen and passed it down the middle. You got to tighten that up. You hate to play most of the game in their zone and then give up a breakaway on the other end. It just seems silly. Like you got to play, stay on that backside, let your forwards do some work. Defense has got to tighten it up.
Definitely. As it comes back to Williams at the blue line, he fights it off. Oh, if he could just find Zeno there. And it looks like the Lambkins are sending one of those guys there, Tom, to your point, right?
Yeah. Well, they watched the tape of that Cherry Creek game.
Of what is that long stick that goes up in a tree?
I made myself laugh there, John. Sorry. Not supposed to laugh at my own jokes.
You're baiting me, Tom. You're baiting me. I'm not taking it.
Okay.
You're putting chum in the water. As Dembeck finds on his stick. This is where he could sneaky make a play. He's looking for options here. Sneaks out front, finds Balatbat. Balatbat turns. Dembeck tries to shoot it, and Winburn's going to.
Oh, there we go.
That's a little bit of
a late cross check. Now, Dembeck, to his credit, the puck was underneath Winburn by his pad, and Dembeck saw it, and so he kept digging, and there wasn't a whistle. And so Dembeck dug an extra time or two. But he paid the price, and I think they're just going to say, hey, this is a chance for us not to make a call.
Hey, Tom, I'm going to keep quiet about – I have refs on my list here. I'm just not going there. But I don't know if you can hit a guy 5 seconds after the whistle blows no matter what.
Maybe,
you know.
Yeah, it was tape delayed maybe.
Yeah, for sure. It comes back to Padilla. Padilla looks on the half wall for Gleason. Gleason tries to get in front of the net. Blocked aside by probably the biggest defenseman on the Lambkins there. That's number 31. Again, we don't have the number, so we can't call a name.
Maybe they got some new jerseys between CPHL and now.
Maybe. Or Chassa and now, right? Or they're just trying a little subterfuge. I've been reading the dictionary lately, Tom.
That's pretty good.
As, well, they got two big guys back there, right? Number 24 and number 31 comes back to Padilla. Padilla turns, shoots,
Raiders
can't get it through.
The defensemen just have not been able to get a shot that's even close to the net today for some reason, and it's just too much traffic.
You got Meat 1 and Meat 2 on D back for them. Nice tag up by Gleason. He's going to look for it. He gets wiped out, and Lampkin send it.
Yeah, big legs on the Lampkins, I guess, blocking a lot of shots.
Big bodies. Look at those guys. All three of the three last guys that get a change over there. As it'll come back in the Lampkin zone after that icing.
4:10 left in the second period, 0-0 game in the CPHL Tier 1 Championship.
You got Bridges and Romero out there. Again, good to see those guys back. And I just saw Lutz pop out after his, and Romero's going to fire one. Gloved down by Winburn and stopped and kicked out to the left of him for another face-off. He's got the ability. You watch him in that replay, too. He's seeing around folks, too.
He really has.
So comes back to Bridges. Bridges. Oh, that could have snuck. That almost snuck through, but steered aside again by Winburn. And puck gets deep in the zone, or not deep, but Lampkins gather it. They go D to D up to the right wing. Nice little breakout there, but they'll chip it in. They're waving it off as the Lampkins gather control of it anyway. Fires it back to the D. A little bit of pressure from the Lampkins in the Raider zone, and it's a little bit negated here. So Romero trying to flip it out, avoids a little of the contact there. And 22 comes in, steps in over the line. Bridges is going to go toe-to-toe with him. 22 leaves his feet, knocks Bridges up a little bit, but it ends up all the way down the ice for an icing here.
Raiders kind of push it down that side. I don't think that was an icing where they thought they were in trouble more than they just were kind of trying to move it up the right side, but didn't come into contact, and then you rate it. 3:09 left. 0-0.
To the right of Bussy there. Looking for Collins. Oh, if he would have chipped that out, Balatbat had a little bit of speed there and just couldn't find the stick there. And Fort Collins is going to maintain a little possession there. I think this is their top line out here, Tom. So top line against top line. And Balatbat can't find it on his stick. Devine for Fort Collins goes D to D, and Bentz uses his skate And Zeno carries it in to Dembeck. Dembeck fires one.
Oh, my goodness, what a great shot. Ben, smart defensive move there. Gives it up to one of the forwards. Lets them go. Nothing wrong with that. He was a little close to him, but he did pass it to him and got him moving. And those two guys, again, Zeno and this line has done this all year. They move it to each other so quickly and get each other open that way. So good job all around by all three of those guys.
Ooh, that was a sneaky little shot, too. Dembeck got a nice little tip off the shot from Bentz there. A nice low shot. And Balatbat's going to carry it around, flip it back to Williams on D. Oh, man. So, Winburn's got a good sense of covering the bottom of that net, too, right? Not only is he seeing around, he's covering that bottom of the net really well. Comes back to Bentz. Bentz. Oh, to Dembeck. Dembeck just can't find a handle on the side. He gets wiped out.
Dembeck did a good job there, basically catching that puck, stealing the shot and making it a pass. Had made himself a chance down there, but just like you said, couldn't find it.
And nice physical Lampkin's defenseman wiped him out a little bit there too, right? So as they come back in, 13 tries to take a shot, and Bentz flips it up into the neutral zone, gets it over the blue line. The Lampkins are still, they were on its late offsides. Holloway chips it in, and Winburn's just going to tie it up to settle it down.
1:34 left in the second, getting down to the last few shifts of the second period. We'll see the Raiders come out with Padilla and Throckmorton on the backside, Holloway, Gleason, and Lutz.
Face off to the left of Winburn here. Puck dropped. I don't know why. They just it dropped the puck. Raiders win it back and they blow the whistle. Even the linesmen are in on this, Tom.
I'm not even understanding what's going on there.
I don't either, because once you drop the puck, like
and they didn't kick anybody out.
He didn't knock it out of the ref's hand or anything.
Well,
that was an odd one. Comes back to Padilla. Padilla. Oh, he almost and pops back out, and somehow Lutz can't get a handle to it. Whiffs on the shot, but nice shot by Padilla to get it in. Nice skate by Throckmorton there, too.
Yeah, Padilla was trying to go a little too quick to Throckmorton and chucked it right to his skate.
And comes down. Lampkin's got a little bit of a weak shot on net there. Throckmorton's going to try and handle it up to Gleason. He loses a handle to it. Nice little give and go for the Lampkins out of the corner. 59 seconds left in the second period here. 0-0 the score. Lampkins getting these like oddball, like you said, chances, right? So the Raiders come back up the ice with numbers, but the Lampkins, he almost got, he wasn't paying attention on that blind side, huh?
Yeah, he was looking for the pass from Gleason there and almost got caught in the chops there. Maybe he did.
He did get caught in the chops.
Reaches up, make sure all the chiclets are there.
all that money on braces.
Yeah.
One little play. As Santa steps in, and you got Romero and Bridges on D.
Don't want to know what the deductible on that is.
Yeah.
Copay.
Oh, Schick, that's probably his third decent chance. Oh, nice tip. And
Santa's a great tip there. Last 29 seconds of the period here.
Helmet comes off on, I'm going to say,
oh, they make him go off. It's like the NFL. You can't take your helmet off.
Well, but I'm going to ask
something caused that.
As an engineer, how does this work, Tom?
Well, you know, helmets do have their own momentum.
How does physics work? 23.5 left in the second period. To the right of Bussey, and a little bit of a loss of the chases it around. Bridges is just going to kind of eat it. He's got a lot of time out there. Fires it back to, that got a little bit dangerous. Bent's throwing it around the body a little bit, and Bridges is just going to try and eat it again here. So keep it tied up against the boards. There's 3 seconds left, and Fort Collins tries to get it out. Nothing doing there, but that looked more dangerous than it should have been, huh?
Right. Yeah, Fort Collins definitely had that play. Seemed like the Raiders wanted the period to end.
Right.
You know, when there were 17 seconds left, the Raiders were hoping that said 1.7.
Right.
Fort Collins was still pressing the play.
Definitely. So the second period, 2 periods are in the books here. 0-0 the score. They'll come out and do the ice make a clean sheet of ice for the third period here.
Real quick on the shots for the period were 16 for Regis Jesuit. Fort Collins had 6. That makes the game totals 31-7.
Wow. Yeah, that's one of those things, right? You're pressing so much. One break goes the other way and ends up in the back of your net, and oof, it's not a fun. But again, most of those shots, Tom, right, have been Winburn straight on, fairly straight on.
Yes.
Or he's kind of vacuumed up the bottom of the net there, so covering that really well. So not a lot of second and third opportunities either. So we'll see what words of wisdom the coaches have for the Raiders, and see how they come out with for the third period with the 17 minutes left in the full period there. So we'll take a break, folks. If you want to stay tuned in, keep watching the Zamboni, enjoy this end of the Zamboni, and we'll be back to just before the start of the third here. Welcome back, fans, to the sports stable in Superior, Colorado, as the refs get the net set. Getting ready. The teams are getting ready to get on the ice, and there's the whistle to get things started. Get a little bit of get the blood moving back after taking a couple minutes off and sitting in the locker room. And yeah, we were talking at the intermission that the Raiders are out shooting them 31-7. And you get a break one way, Raiders get the next goal, right? Whole different game. And or Fort Collins gets the next goal, and now you're squeezing the stick and a little bit nervous about the outcome, huh?
Yeah, both of those are you know, that's what happens in games like these. I think heading into a third period of a championship game, certainly that first goal is going to be a big deal now that it's 0-0. Of course, a lot of time left, 17 minutes. You never know. We've seen these guys score many a goal in a period. So we talked about the Raiders have really had the play and pushed the game and kind of controlled the pace of play, although they haven't been the sharpest. And they haven't had the same speed that they had last night. Yeah, it could have something to do with just the game and the dynamics. Could also be a little bit of a lingering effect from the win last night. So hopefully they find them legs starting right here. We got Lutz, Holloway, and Gleason on the front line. Captain Danny Bentz and Ryan Williams anchoring the backside to start the third.
Pops back to Williams' stick. Whoa, he gives it away to Devine. Nice back check by Holloway. And whoa, they're right off the bat, right? Fort Collins is not taking a step back. They came flying. Just one little mistake by Williams almost. Oh, jeez. I don't even think Lutz had the puck there. And sorry, a little bit of pause on my standpoint.
Yeah, Lutz got an elbow, I think, as much as he got hit.
And comes into the boards here. Comes back to the Lampkins, and 16:30 left in the third period here. 0-0. Kind of flubs it off his own player there. Comes back to Gleason.
Boy, the Raiders
Gleason
don't look ready to play.
No.
I mean, there had two chances there where they had the puck and didn't do anything with it.
Just kind of lackadaisical, right? And then Bridges misses it off his stick. It ends up deep in the zone as the Holloway and Lutz, out of the three guys, are going to go off for a change here. And the Lampkins are coming fast. Guess what kind of play is that, Tom?
Well, they were trying the old cherry pick, the old swinging gate.
But that's where the as you mentioned in the last period, right? The Raiders got to be a little bit more aware of that guy sneaking by you, coming with a little bit of speed through that neutral zone. 16 left in the third period, 0-0. The Fort Collins has come out flying a little bit here. Had a couple quality chances so far. And that Zeno line is back out. Zeno gets kind of sealed off. Bridges is going to pinch down on the half wall. Still ends up staying in the Lampkins end, but they eventually get it out. 19 for the Lampkins. Turns, fires. That's a heavy shot, too. Far post there. And Bridges is just going to off the glass and into his own bench. Kind of a weird angle that went in.
Yeah, that did go in weirdly. I would tell you that the Lampkins, 19, he grabbed that in the neutral zone. Again, a couple of Raiders behind him, almost standing and watching to see how that play was going to develop. And he just turned and fired, and Bussey to the task.
Going for that far corner there, and Bussey flashed the pad there as it comes back. Romero's surveying his options. He can't chip it up. And who's that? Dembeck on the sideboards there. Chips it up and out, but not. They do look like they have cement in their skates right now, Tom.
Not moving as quickly as they were certainly in the first two periods. Maybe get a shift underneath them first here.
It almost looks like they want to win on attitude, like, hey, we're here. Can't do it. We all know that. And it comes out to Balatbad. He just misses a handle to it. Pops out of the zone. Romero turns, fires it down. Tag up icing for Dembeck. And he'll come in, try and gather the puck there. Fights for it. It's got it. Zeno to Balatbad. It kind of pops out in the, and you're going to get a
shit for a hook there.
He kind of got his stick caught in there, if you will.
Yeah.
Of course, that's my Homer Raider call.
Play was kind of moving the other way. Both Raider defensemen were on there moving backwards, already waiting for the play to come the other way. And like you said, Schick kind of got tied up with the guy, and the stick gets between him and the guy there, and then we got ourselves a penalty kill for the Raiders.
Faceoff will be just in the neutral zone. It comes back to Bentz. Bentz turns, fires over the net. So Winburn just kind of watches it sail by there, and the Lambkins will regroup behind their net. Oh, nice play by that. Holloway's done that so many times on the power play, right? He's got his stick in the lane, picked it off, changed the complexion of the game there, almost did the same thing there as it ends up back on his stick, and he'll just fire it down the end where Winburn will go back behind, settle it behind his net for the Lambkins to regroup and get set up on their power play here. 1:30 left on the Lambkins penalty, or Lambkins power play, sorry, as they work it into the Raiders zone, settle it down, get set up. Got a couple off wings here on the right side here. Comes back, number 9 for the Lambkins. Looking for some traffic in the middle there, nothing doing, and Lambkins will settle it up on the blue line here. Comes back to 9. 9 fires. Bussy, I don't even saw that one. And Lutz will gather it. Holloway decides the better of it and gets fresh legs out on the ice. And the Lambkins work it into the Raiders zone. Kind of a little bit deep in the corner there. It eludes Bentz's stick. Padilla chips it, and we got a 2-on-1 here. Misses Sanis. Sanis. Oh, scores! Gleason. Nice open to the net. Nice patience by Sanis. 1-0 Raiders.
Padilla's going to get the initial assist there. He started that play. He gets it out, kind of kicks it out of the end. They get it running down that right side. Boy, Sanis just took his time. Sanis kept the puck. As the Lampkin, you see the Lampkins playing him, but Sanis stays on it, works his way all the way down, and then just feeds Gleason, who's just buries it top left.
That's a shorthanded goal here. 1-0 Raiders. Still 28 seconds left on the man advantage for the Lampkins, and they're coming back down the zone. Williams will go back. It gets tied up on the side of the net there. I don't know if it ended up on the back of the net there or in Bussy's glove there. So 1-0 Raiders here on a shorthanded goal. 20 seconds still left on the penalty kill. Sanis did a good job of selling that, just enough to Winburn to open it up and slide it over to Gleason, and he made no mistake about one time in that top cheese. Nice play by the Lampkins to keep it in here as it comes on the Lampkin stick, bounces sideways, and 8 seconds left as the penalty ticks down. The Lampkins try to grab that one and go, but they're going to call offsides on it. And stop play right outside the Raiders zone with 3 seconds left on the penalty to the Raiders. They'll get Schick back here. 12:48 left in the third. 1-0 Raiders. Comes back to Padilla. Padilla sends it the length of the ice.
Padilla thought he was going to get himself somebody hopping out of the penalty box.
And he almost got him.
Schick was on his way to the bench.
But they waved that. I guess they didn't even think it was icing there, right? So went the length of the ice. Maybe the penalty, they thought the penalty still hadn't expired. Ends up in Balatbat's Skeets and on Dembeck's stick, but he's going on 1-on-3. Got a little bit of help coming after. Throckmorton gets it, and Winburn just pokes it out of the air, snatches it out of the air. I don't know. You're a baseball guy. What are you?
Snag. That's a snag. That's
yeah.
certainly a snag. I mean, sometimes you smother it like a burrito, but that one was definitely a snag.
All right, so 1-0 third period, 12:14 left in the third period. Raiders go for a little bit of a change. They got Padilla and Throckmorton on the back end, and the Dembeck, Zeno, Balatbat line out there pressing here. So comes on Dembeck's stick. Dembeck's looking for the middle there, and he just misses Balatbat coming through. That's no icing there, right, because the Raiders sent that one back in their zone. Nice patience by Padilla there. He finds Dembeck coming through with a little bit of speed. He's 1-on-2. He's going to make a go of it and pushes the Lampkin.
A little shove there at the end.
You know, that's payback for the second period down here, right?
I'm not sure that equates to payback. It's 20% payback.
I don't know. Same thing. He pushed him into the goalie, right? Fortunately, the refs,
Yeah, again, no call. 11:46 player goes off for some equipment adjustment or something here, a little discussion. 11:46 left in the third. Oh, there we go, looking for to help the net.
What are they?
There's a gouge, I think, here in the ice they're trying to fix.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story about a gouge in the crease. I was coaching the kids a couple of years ago. Came across the crease, got my skate caught in, put all the weight down on my left foot. I've never seen my leg bend like that, Tom.
Well, let me tell you.
Snap my ankle.
The older you get, the worse those are.
For sure.
Those meniscuses, they don't make them like they used to.
No, I broke my fibula actually.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was, and it displaced the bone over the top of the foot. And all from a crease gouge.
Okay, well then
Jeez.
no wonder they're fixing that.
You got to take care of that stuff. So in fact, I'm getting flashbacks.
Yeah, you're looking a little pale.
If I go down, Tom, you take the reins here.
I got it. I think I know all the numbers, almost every single one.
They're all, except for the Lampkins,
nobody knows the Lampkins.
We know none of, because they're all different than what appears to be on the ice. As play continues here, Gleason, the goal scorer, working hard in the thing, and Lutz takes a little bit of a shot there on right inside the blue line, but stands on his ground, and they're back in. Forechecking away. It comes back to Lutz. Lutz to Bridges. Bridges to Romero. Romero shoots one high, but Lampkins block it down, and here they come with a little bit of speed. A 2-on-1 developing for the Lampkins. Delayed. Oh, and Bussey's right to the task.
Bussey with just a great vision on that one, right? He's following that puck. It's coming down the left side, as you're going to see here on the 2-on-1. Bridges goes with the guy. They feed it to the middle, not to the other side. But Bussey just slides right to the center. He's up. He's high, square. Great job, Gage Bussey.
Definitely, because the Raiders got caught their puck looking a little bit, huh? And it got fed back, and Bussey with the save. That's what you need, right? The key saves at the key times. Oh, and he stabs that one out of the air, too, off the side. Bentz gets rubbed into the net behind after the play, shaking his head. Not sure exactly what.
Oh, pick play. Use the old pick play using the net.
And the Lampkins get tossed out. Drops. Apparently they put a better centerman in there. Oh, man, that hit a skate just wide there. And it'll get chipped out and up. Lampkins can't contain it in the zone. Sanis was deciding whether he's going to hit the guy or try and get the puck, and it ends up deep in the Lampkin zone with 10:45 left in the third period. 1-0 Raiders here. That was a heck of a chance down the other one. It caught a skate and just got wide. As the Lampkins come back here, Dembeck's going to rub off his man. Throckmorton tries to play it, chips it out of the zone, and Throckmorton decides the better of trying to rush it up the ice and go back to his defensive responsibilities there. Lampkins gather it behind their net, fire it up the boards, chipped, looking for a pass through the middle, trying to catch someone with speed, and ends up back deep in the zone. And Dembeck's fighting for it. He finds Zeno. Zeno finds Balatbat, who gets a weak one on net there, though. And Charlie Throckmorton's going to get it, dump it in deep in the zone, and Raiders are going to clear the zone and come back out. Dembeck's trying to sneak one in there on the side. Zeno gathers it. He's going to survey his options. He's looking for Dembeck off the tip of his stick. Just misses it. Balatbat's fighting for it in the corner. He gets kind of mauled.
Yeah, Balatbat basically playing without a stick there. I think he was getting kind of tied up as he was headed towards the cage. You'll see him come out of the corner here. He's going to come out of the left frame of the. There's the puck. Yeah, there's Balatbat trying to get there, but doing it without a stick. But he was decorated by a Fort Collins lambkin. Just like the drapes.
Comes back. They just installed those, I think, Tom, right?
Right. Yeah.
Fort Collins comes in on the side. It gets blocked off by Bridges.
Bridges with 2 blocks there.
And Romero's going to gather it. He banks it off the boards.
Oh, that was a great little pass by Romero.
And Lutz is coming down. Way to follow that puck, too, in there by Lutz.
Absolutely. Had a couple of Raiders coming there. I think both Holloway and Gleason were kind of pressing towards the play. You'll see here as Lutz gets it, gathers it, and shoots it. It's free right there for just a second.
That's what Winburn's done the whole game, right? Kind of bounced off him a little bit and left it there, but haven't been able to take too much advantage of those. And it zings around the rink all the way down. It's going to go for icing, as Romero couldn't get over in time on the far boards there. So face-off back down in the Lampkin zone. 9:13 left in the third. 1-0 Raiders. You got to be careful here too, Tom. Even though the Raiders got the first goal, they've been, all throughout this tournament, and I think even the semifinals of the Chassa ended up getting a couple late goals there, huh?
That's true.
So they don't give up. But I guess if the Raiders can get the next goal here, right? We'll see what happens, how that changes the complexion of the game. So comes back, Lampkin's gathered it on the blue line of the Raiders, takes a shot, it bounces off. I don't know how that wasn't called high sticking or any signal of
no
their
signal
such.
Of any kind.
And
boy, Bussy made a good save. I'm not sure if that was Myhill or who somebody was in there getting in the way.
Myhill tries to seal off his man. Benson's going to pick him up. Lampkin's gathered around, kind of circle around, trying to find some options there. Doesn't pop out, so Lampkin's get it. Nice chip off by Myhill there, eluded by Bentz. Will go back behind, trying to find Williams. Williams crashes into the goal of the referee there. So
yeah, the referee does a good job of taking Williams out. Good check.
I'm not going to say it, Tom.
Well, he didn't check it as much as he just bodied him up.
No, I'm just saying refs, position, calls.
Yeah, you don't want to say anything.
Yeah, let's just,
We're announcers now. We're professionals.
Never supposed to really impact the game, but you can do that in many, many ways.
You
can. Nice save by Bussy there. Whoa, that rebound was left just right in front there, and then cleared by Williams down the ice. The Raiders got to do a better job in front there, huh, Tom?
Double save by Bussy, really. I mean, he saved one, and the second one was as equally juicy there, probably juicier. And boy, he moved to his right to make the second save, and it gets cleared. Raiders make kind of a bit of a change here, get two new defensemen and bring out the red line.
Yep.
Zeno, Dembeck, and Balat back.
I think Woodley had about zero patience with that little play.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I mean, that wasn't just two shots; those are two scoring chances there.
Definitely. As it comes back to the Lampkins, it finds Zeno's skate, and look at a lot of skating past the puck here already, Tom, huh? As it ends up on Zeno's stick. You don't have that. You just don't have that urgency. It seems like as they did yesterday. As the Lampkins get it, they go for the pass down the ice where they're trying to beat everyone behind the play.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that one wasn't cheating as much as the guy was just on the sprint.
Yeah, no, I know. I'll never hesitate to point that out.
I like it.
It's 3-0. Throckmorton will go back to the corner there and handle that puck, but Lampkins end up finding it on their stick. A lot of slapping. Zeno takes charge of it. He tries to flip it out of the zone, just misses it, and follows up with grabbing it. Comes in the Lampkin zone. Zeno gets taken out. Looked like by a knee almost.
Yeah, both Zeno and Padilla were getting to that puck. And Padilla, again, defenseman does the right thing and defers to the center there. Kind of says, okay, you go ahead and grab it and take it the other way. 6:44 left in the third period. Raiders up 1-0.
Comes back to the point there. Bridges pokes it in deep. Holloway's going to get in on his stick. Holloway finds a little good little movement with this line so far as Lutz tries to get it deep on a cycle, just misses it. Romero's going to step up and then have to get on his horse to get back into the defensive zone or into the neutral zone just to negate the Lampkins kind of sending a guy on that wide side there, right? As they're coming through with a lot of speed through the middle there too, huh, Tom?
They are. Again, got to put a body on somebody.
Come in. Another heavy shot by number 33 there. Just misses wide though. And Lampkin's going to gather it behind the Raiders net, get it out to their D. Just holds it in the line. I think that almost saw daylight, but just a millimeter off maybe. And the Lampkins, a little bit of offensive zone pressure here, but mostly the stuff on the perimeter until Holloway seals it off. And Gleason, the goal scorer, is going to come in, takes a shot just over the net of Winburn. So nothing doing there, but good chance to turn the momentum a little bit here as the Lampkins come back in. Almost Bussey flashes a little pad there. I don't know if that was just going wide anyway, but he bobbles it a little bit and ends up behind the net. Bridges fighting it out. Pops on Schick's stick. Schick's going to carry it up.
Here, absolutely.
He got on his horse too, huh? And Schick will get in there. End up trying to put it on the net. Oh, it pokes through. If Sanis maybe were a little bit higher there, right? That would have been a heck of a shot. And Devine comes in. Devine misses wide. You can't give that guy. The two defensemen were like hanging out with each other.
Well, I think they got too tied up there, a little close. And back to what we were talking about, Devine with some speed coming through the neutral zone. The two defensemen almost standing flat-footed, both because they were tied up there in the middle. And somebody's got to put a body on one of these guys coming through the middle, like right about now, John.
Right. And the Lampkins find it. Bentz sends it the length of the ice. That's going to go for icing now.
4:37 left, and I would tell you that right now, those two exchanges there, not impressed with the Raider performance there. They got to do a better job of moving the puck and putting bodies on people as they skate through and not letting too much time and space for the Lampkins as they move through there, getting some shots on Bussey. You know, like you talked about, 4:34 left. Lampkins look like they're going to take a timeout.
I think that was the Raiders, actually. So I think, to your point, right, a little bit too much pressure for Woodley and the Raiders here. So he's going to go back and say, hey, guys, let's go back to the basics here, right?
Well, and that's just it. I think, you know, easy for me to say, but, you know, trying to break up some of that momentum that they've been getting moving into the zone. They did get a couple of chances there, but Bussey's been pretty solid all night. Raiders got to get back after. I think they, you know, come out with this red line here and try and work the play and move it maybe the other way. And this red line has a tendency to kind of push it towards the other end anyway, and maybe you can do that and work a shift here. They got Bridges and Padilla on the backside with the red line out, Balatbat, Dembeck, and Zeno.
Yeah, and I got to tell you that Holloway line, right, with Lutz and who's been on there? Gleason, right?
Yes.
They've been kind of moving their feet a fair bit too, right? And Sanis moves his feet too. So they just got to. I think you're right. I mean, part of it is you can't give those guys you got to pressure them down low, or else get back and just clog the neutral zone, right? Because you don't look for that home run pass. And like you said, getting a body on a guy coming through the middle. So we'll have the face-off deep in the Raiders zone to the left of Bussey. Coming out of the timeout here.
Update on the shots real quick. You know, this period, the Lampkins have one more shot than the Raiders. 6 so far for Fort Collins and 5 for the Raiders. That tells you something. Back to what we talked about. They're kind of moving and getting after it a little bit. Of course, they did have a couple of shots early, and then they had that double shot on Bussey. So that's, you know, there's 3 or 4 of what we've seen. Let's see if the Raiders can grab possession here and start to move it the other way. Good win right there by Zeno.
Shots and good scoring chances, right? I mean, I think that's, you got to, there's no one on you. You got to take possession of that and make a play, right?
Yeah, I think that's a case where you thought maybe somebody was closer to you than they really were.
Right. And here we go. Dembeck gathers on his stick. He's looking far side for a nice stick by the Lampkins there. And, you know, the nice body by Bridges.
Yeah, Bridges made him change his direction and his speed, and that's exactly what you needed. There's one of the plays we were talking about. Bridges with a fantastic job of at least getting in the way and making the guy, you know, they don't get free reign of hucking it up the ice here.
3:50 left in the third period here. The Lampkins gather it. I think they're going to kind of go for a change until Balatbat gathers it. He's coming in. He tries to put it through the Lampkins' foot there, and
boy, this would be a great chance to get it deep.
Nice play by Zeno to hold that in, right? Find Padilla on that other side, and
that should be icing.
they're going to wave it off. I'm not sure if they thought Dembeck could have made the play or touched it or what, but Padilla's got to be careful with that puck. It comes on the Holloway stick.
He was looking right when he was getting ready to pass there.
Yeah. He's so here we go. The Lambkins gather it up, coming through with a little speed, but you're starting to see those Raiders, right? They're collapsing that neutral zone a little bit too, Tom, right?
Yeah, no, they're definitely, you know, Woodley figured it out there, and he probably talked about it. Just, you know.
As Lutz will gather deep in the zone. It's Gleason's looking for something here. It pops out to not past Winburn. Throckmorton gathers it on his stick. Deep in the zone to Gleason, but he can't handle it, and Lambkins are going to start heading up ice here with a little bit of speed. They're looking for that neutral zone, chipped off by the Raiders there. So Throckmorton's going to go back, survey his options, find his winger, Lutz. Lutz lets it go by himself. I don't
know what Lutz was thinking there.
I think he heard footsteps too, right?
Yeah, he jumped up.
Yeah.
Kind of hopped over. We're going to get the red line back out with Bridges and Padilla again.
Here we go. I think
now the Lambkins are going to take time out, so the same will reset to where we were a couple minutes ago, with the red line going to come out with Padilla and Bridges. And the Lambkins now are going to talk about their strategery and how they're going to work it.
You go here. You go there.
Right. Try to avoid the guys in red.
Well, you're coming on a time with a 1-0 game, right? 2:21. They could be considering pulling the goalie, especially on an offensive zone faceoff. But it doesn't look like Winburn's really going anywhere. But, you know, they keep pulling. I think Patrick Waugh started that a number of years ago. Just more time in the game. They kept, you know, the science says, Tom, the math says.
The data. Data-driven decision.
To do it.
I like those.
A little bit earlier and you get more upside.
Some hockey analytics. We're going to have a session on that later here after the season, John.
All right. As both teams get set, obviously they're going to get their top personnel out both ways. But after that timeout by Woodley, right, I think you've seen a little bit different Raider team going so far, right?
Yeah, they have moved it better, and they've definitely pressed it forward like we saw back there. I thought they could have done one little bit better job of just getting it a little more deep, but hey, that's me. But here we go, Zeno trying to win the faceoff.
And just a little patience, too, with the puck. A couple plays, whether it was Balatbat or Lutz, right? Maybe a little bit too much of a panic. And fight on the sideboards there on the half wall. Raiders certainly look like they got a little bit more pop in their step.
Padilla just took a digger there.
Yeah.
Caught an edge right behind his. Bridges was playing defense. And
the sniper.
Yeah. Ice is slippery.
Wave off icing there, so Winburn plays it back to his D as the Lambkins get
Collins, guy streaking, maybe he doesn't realize you have to be on this side of the blue line.
And Lambkins gather it up. It gets in the Raider zone. Padilla's going to get it. Just chips it out of the zone, back to neutral zone.
1:30 left now.
And for Collins is going to get it. They're definitely looking for that home run pass, huh? And keep an eye on Winburn too, Tom. As trickles back in on him, he's going to knock it down with 1:20 left in the third period here.
Raiders change a couple forwards, but Bridges and Padilla still back in there.
As it comes in center ice here, or through center ice, Lambkins take it out of the zone on their own to regroup. 1 minute left in the third period here, 1-0 Raiders. And they'll wind it up with a little bit of speed. There you go, there's a little bit of that body there. Comes back through, it's kind of, and Winburn's off, and
Gleason, one of the empty netter.
And is that going in on net? Nope, it's just wide with 45 seconds left, so 6-on-5. Oh, and Holloway again. How many times has he done that where he stole it? He stole it in that Valor game, right, when the goalie came out to play it. And it comes back to the Lambkins in front of their net.
30 seconds left here in the game.
Holloway's lurking again down there. And he'll get back on his horse and comes over the line just barely, stays in, and the Lambkins got a little bit of a break there, but trying to get through about 5 different sticks. 13 grabs it. It ends up, Bussy, I don't think saw that. Oh, he comes out and
9 seconds left.
9 seconds left. Turn, shoots off to the side. 4, 3, 2, through the crease, and it looks like the Raiders are going to take this one right to the side.
Raiders win 1-0. Boy,
1-0.
a couple of chances there at the end. One of them got chipped over Bussey's head. I don't think he ever saw it. He was looking dead straight ahead as the puck sailed over him. Another one, it was just a tough angle shot that Bussey kind of changed the direction of it, and it kind of went down the line. That's a win for the Raiders. CPHL Fall Tier 1 champions. Both sets of Raiders here.
Both sets of Raiders, right? One overtime win and then one eked out a 1-0 win over the Fort Collins Lambkins. Well, Tom, I think you called it. The next goal, the first goal was important.
It was going to be an important one. I had a feeling. I had a good feeling about that one.
That's usually, I'll give you my expert opinion too. The team that scores more than the other one wins.
Well, it's a crazy sport that way.
Even by one. As we'll get our presentation, I think, I don't know in the pandemic times, right? Do they just hold it off to the side?
I think they just give it to Grant Woodley and say, congratulations.
And he just takes it off, rolls it up, and I think they'll do the traditional grab it, take it out to the team.
Hey, you get the captain's a chance to skate with it there.
And
Stannis, Padilla, and Bentz. See some hugs and some congratulations. Fantastic.
They'll sort of say hello. Socially distanced, of course.
Yeah, Bussey and Winborn talk socially distanced. I think they're protected by those goalie masks. Those are CDC approved.
Yeah, for sure. But Winburn played a heck of a game, right? Even though a lot of those shots were head on.
He was good. I think, I don't know where those shots ended. They had 31, may have ended with 36 or so. Yeah, 37 shots to 13.
And Bussey stood tall in that third period, right? So Fort Collins outshot him 7-6. And a lot of those were not like, hey, straight on shots. They were scoring chances. So
parents get their chance, and there's a great picture of the Raiders there. Just probably see them for one of the last times.
Should take off their helmets too, right? Show a little.
The moms are telling them to unfurl the thing so you can see that they're champions. In case you wonder if it was a third place banner. Accidentally.
They keep wrinkling it up though.
That's right.
So there you go, the CPHL champions, Regis Jesuit or Club Raiders, right?
That's right, Club Raiders.
Get a bid to the Nationals in Omaha, Nebraska. I think that's what, the week of the 15th of April, maybe?
Right.
And yeah, good way to end the season, right? So we knew they had it in them, Tom, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think, this especially last night, certainly tonight, but especially last night, the Raider team kind of came together and skated fast and hard and had a good 3-game stretch here this week where I thought they played very good. Bussey was really, really solid all week. And all the Raiders, congratulations to them. Awesome. Had a good time, John.
I did too.
Yeah, I can't believe we got to do it again. Who would have thunk it?
Way to go.
Not me.
It's the season that hasn't ended.
Not me.
But it's been good. It's been really good to continue it out this way. And yeah, if not for that, maybe one bounce in the semifinal game. So,
all right. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for tuning in all season long. Good job, John. See you guys on the other side.
You too, Tom. Had a lot of fun this year. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed it at home, and we'll. I don't know when we'll ever see everyone.
No, who knows? I'll be back at a Raiders game next fall. I can guarantee you that.
Me as well. All right, take care, folks. Everyone stay safe out there.